Hello friends, I'm Dipali Vedi. I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with Sukoon Psychotherapy Center and I run this awareness program by the name of Sukoon Pledge to Seek Help. Today I'm going to talk about being alone in the lockdown. Many people are alone at their homes, in hostels, in PGs, by themselves during this lockdown. This might include senior citizens with a person who might have lost the spouse or might have not married, whereas assuming that that population would be less. Then there would be people who have gone to hostel at one time and couldn't come back, are in hostels or staying somewhere all by themselves, or a chunk of population who has come out to work and living by themselves. Yes, there is migrant workers even who might be living all by themselves. But the genuine understanding that I'm talking in English, I might not be actually as of now in this video catering to the migrant workers. But there are still a lot of people who are living single, individually alone in the house. And many might be just because the spouses at work, they are in emergency services, so they are alone, or any other reason staying alone. It is difficult for all the people to be living alone. I have a client who, when I almost asked all my clients, existing clients, as to what was the sense of their, when lockdown started, what was their sense of their situation. And interestingly, one of my clients very interestingly said that, otherwise I'm an introvert person and love living in my room. But this is the first time I'm actually thanking that, at least there is another person in the flat, because they have taken a 2-bedroom flat and he stays in one room and there's another person in the other room. He says, for the first time I'm really feeling positive about the idea that, he's there. There's at least some human connection. There's some sense of somebody else being there. We are humans and we love having human connection. I even know one of my clients, because of lockdown, I moved all my clients on Skype. One of my clients very categorically said that I would want my therapy to continue, but not on Skype. He very categorically said, Dipali, I love the whole concept of coming over here, although you make me sit on the couch and I don't get to see you. But there's a sense that you're around, and I don't want to do it on Skype. I'd like to continue it after lockdown. So there's a different sense of a human connection for us people. And this lockdown is forcing us that we are almost disconnected from this connection. Lucky we people who are living in a family, but all those who are living alone, indeed even I'm thanking my stars that I'm with my family as of now. That sense that you cannot really immediately connect with somebody is difficult. That's why there are comparisons of now do you realize that how animals feel in the cage. It is almost like that. But to not deepen this sense further, there's very important thing, which although in India being alone is not a very common phenomena, but a very common phenomenon in the West. So they have been talking of it right from the beginning of this pandemic, and the lockdown started over there. But I think we have talked a lot about it, but most of us cannot connect with it because most of us are in the families and not really realizing what we are doing. I'm not saying that, being in the family, the things are simple. Most of us do like getting out of the house, so it's again a lockdown for the people who are in the families also. And overwhelming families, over-indulging families, abuses in the house, a lot of other things are happening over there also. I'm not at all questioning that. But this is not where I'll talk about it. But the people who are staying single, it's important that wherever you are staying, try to see some people where in your campus also where you can connect with in terms of face to face, even if your people can come in the balcony, see each other, talk to each other, or do something. I had right in the beginning forwarded many of my friends this video which had come where when Modi had talked about the whole ritual of the Janta curfew and that noises that he was expecting us to make. There was an interesting forward that had come up which was talking about people playing tambola from the house, and that was very interesting. So if you can, it is important that you connect with people on phone, on Skypes, on groups, but also connect with people in terms of face to face. Get into your balconies, get into your windows, have some distant chat with the other person. I'm not saying break the lockdown, I'm not saying get out, but do connect with people. Even through other modalities, for us actually seeing somebody is very different. On video calls, on these things, it is a different sense. It is important sometimes to have somebody in your campus, in your society, in wherever you're living. If you know somebody who is even equivalently living individually, it might be a good idea to stay even connected with that person, because that will give you a actual person who can actually understand where you are coming from and maybe experiencing the same, so might be able to reciprocate equally. Yes, like anybody else, it's important that you keep your schedule, make your schedule, keep your schedule, inculcate hobbies, keep yourself busy with that, and not break that ritual, not break your schedules. Flexibility is something different, but not completely break them, not completely go haywire for them. It is important that, you can maintain some schedule, and this schedule should have something which would be entertaining for you, which would be interesting for you. So one is obviously having somebody whom you can, as a person, as an individual, connect somebody in neighborhood. Second is staying connected on the networks. Third is actually building up a hobby which interests you, which would keep you busy. Having a space through any medium where you can basically vent. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling uncomfortable, a professional would do. I am doing free sessions for people. There are many other organizations, there are many other people who are doing it. Elderly people have this interesting NGO organization by the name of Robin Hood, I think, Robin Hood doing it. They have their own networks. So being connected with them, being connected with your old friends, don't ever lose them, families, friends, whoever they are. It's important to stay connected. So do make sure that you're connected with one another in some way or the other, and doing something by yourself which is which would be a hobby, which would something that you like. So the structure, connectivity, and the whole concept that there has to be something that I like in my schedule. That's very important. And at any space, any time that you feel that you are not able to keep your anxieties, you are not able to vent, seeking a professional help might help you a lot. We are looking into it. There are a lot of studies which are talking of, so you're not the only one who is going through the difficulty. Trust me, we all are. You have additional disconnect, sense of being alone, seemingly. And we might crib throughout our life that, life is a rat race, but we are not used to the idea of all of a sudden life going so slow. So we might be even discomforted with the slowness. Yeah. But other thing which I would like to add over here is the concept of this whole idea of people falling sick, people dying, this whole concept of, this fear and the sadness coming up with what is happening around us. We really need to even find some meaning into it and some positivity into it. We need to talk about it and connect with this, because this is a phase where we all are, as a few of my clients have mentioned it as that, this uncertainty, this unclarity is in itself adding anxiety, which is the fact that, this phase where we are not able to see through. We are all saying after the lockdown the life would be different. We don't know how different. We don't know what it means. We are trying to say that would be positive, but it will be all over. It will just have changed. The nature is repairing itself. Interestingly, one of my clients was talking about, that it doesn't seem as if it is like a justice happening. People who are, indeed, I just a few minutes back got a forward from one of my friend. The people who are most happiest in the lockdown are the lazy people. So it is not a phase of justice. It is not that, the people who have done bad to you would die. The people who you don't think are the right people would die or would suffer. Sorry, we all are suffering. And even the good people would die. So it's not a phase of justice. It is a phase of change. So we need to accept this, that this is just a phase of change and not justice. We would lose people, or people who would even fall ill or be in quarantine or have tough times. Indeed, we are hearing about, indeed I do have one or two clients who are talking about how difficult it is to live in their house. This I'm talking of kids who are now feeling that there's a lot of emotional abuse and they cannot answer back, or earlier in anger sometimes they would leave the house on some pretext. Now they can't do that. They are stuck in the house and cannot go out. On the other side, wife's talking about how difficult it has become, and guess a lot of the clients that I have are working women, and some are as of now also working, and some aren't, but a lot of workload. Ladies who weren't even working weren't used to doing a lot of household chores, because who are not working as of now were not used to doing so much of household chores because they were used to working out, so had help. Now without the help, and I do hear people that who are the husbands are involved into helping their wives with the household chores, but somehow it seems that household chores seems to be the more responsibility of the female, and thus making it difficult. So they are even struggling. So there are people who are struggling, but yes, the people who are struggling alone is much more difficult. So make sure that you connect with people, not just virtually, but see around and connect. Build a hobby which that you would like to do by yourself. And in case of any help, please contact. My number is 9899641407. Make a schedule, follow it. Thank you.